Let's get started with adventure. Not this one, this one. I could do this one, but what's the point? Kirby's Adventure. My first Kirby game ever, and despite being an NES title, it's probably one of my favorite Kirby games, and also just one of my favorite games in general. Honestly, I wish this game got another remake, you know? Like, I know it's already got a remake, technically two if you count 3D Classics, and more if you want to count every Virtual Console edition, but I'm not going to do that. But I could seriously say that this thing could benefit from a more modern take on the game. I don't even care if abilities don't get plethora of moves. I can accept every copy ability more or less having one move again. That would not bother me. Might a little, but probably won't overall, because I still love this game despite that limitation, so surely it shouldn't be an issue if it got remade. I just think they need to change the puzzles and the rewards. It's just a bunch of sub-games, it's just big switches. There's no equivalent to energy spheres or point stars or any of that jazz. I know Nightmare in Dreamland exists, but that game's dubious at best. I am not the biggest fan of the changes. I'm not gonna say it's a bad game, or even necessarily a bad remake. I just don't like it as much as Adventure. Turn down the game audio just a bit? Sure. It's at -3. Let's turn to -8. I don't know if that's too much, or if that's just right. Of the three versions of Kirby's Adventure, I honestly couldn't tell you what the definitive one is. Nightmare in Dreamland gives it a new coat of paint, and whatever sound is. A new coat of sound. That does not make sense at all, but we're gonna go with it because I don't have anything better. Let's just press A so that doesn't go over itself again. So, and 3D Classics is notable for kind of just fixing most of the problems that Kirby's Adventure already had, notably the lag, which does not bother me a lot in this game, surprise, surprise. And some of the game's glitches, which actually makes me slightly sad, because some of the glitches, and also the lag, in my opinion, are kind of just charming, and also really fun. Like being able to not lose the hammer, sword, or parasol abilities after taking damage, or being able to take UFO out of stages that you're not supposed to have it. I think that's also, Infinite Might Glitch. Almost everybody knows that one. Everything sound good? Oh. Hero of War is your file ranking. It's the title you get for getting 100%. At least in normal mode. And it says extra next to it because I haven't done extra mode on this version. Aw man, a glitch ruined your extra mode run? Was it the block in Orange Ocean? Did you like destroy it with stone and then it just soft locked the game or something? Or the water splash glitch? Honestly, those glitches are actually kind of terrible, and I can accept those being taken out. God, those glitches are bad. Also, get rid of, if this was remade again, get rid of losing your ability every time you take a damage. It's probably one of the most obnoxious mechanics that has been in Kirby, And I'm glad they got rid of it. Even though they make it so that some moves will just do it to kind of make up for it. Oh, you got stuck in terrain? I don't know how you got stuck in a block in Rainbow Resort. That sounds weird. But, wow, that's gonna suck. Especially in extra mode where they don't save. But that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to play extra mode because I guess I'm too much of an epic gamer to play normal mode. And also, I don't have extra mode done on this version of Kirby's Adventure. Of the many versions of Kirby's Adventure that I played. Wii Virtual Console, Kirby's Dream Collection, Wii U Virtual Console, 3D Classics, Wii U Virtual Console, Nightmare in Dreamland, emulated Nightmare in Dreamland, because I didn't have my Wii U on me. I was like, I guess I have to emulate it to get this information that I really, really want. I'm a terrible human being. I said I emulated a game. Sue me. Anyway, let's get down to business. Let's have me play the game like a regular person. But an extra game. Also, I understand the limitations, but I'm sad that that intro got kind of bastardized in Nightmare in Dreamland. Since Kirby has hats, and they couldn't really mimic that. Sad. Oh, you've only been on Dream Collection? I guess that makes sense. I would love to have the NES version or something, but I'm not, like, super crazy about... Wow, that was freaking rude. What'll do? I do not remember these guys just jumping like that. And I don't think it's an extra mode thing, because their behavior shouldn't change. Oh, Jesus. That's... I have to actually press minus to get rid of my ability? That's going to be obnoxious, unless somebody can find a different button for me. I thought it was going to be mapped to, like, X or Y or something. Anyway, actually, let's get rid of this first. And die? Thank you. Oh, right, you have the NES version, but not the NES. No, I'm sorry, I didn't read the story. Everybody knows the story at this point. If you're watching me play this game, you probably know the story. Let me try this again and not fail horribly. It's very tricky. Jeez. God, these UFO enemies are the worst in this game. Move so erratically. It's like, what am I supposed to do? Also, sorry if you hate lag. Spark's the main culprit, but even something as simple as Beam can do it. And got a 2. Not bad. Need some work. I'll probably get some 1s. And UFO is gone because game's mean. Should I do the sub-games, or should I skip those? I mostly skip them. 1, because I don't need them, and 2, because they're arguably a waste of time. But I'm using pair of Joy-Cons. Can I? I'll live. Do they not allow you to, like, remap your controls here? No, they don't. Alright, I'll live. Or something. I'll live. Alright, so let's actually perform a glitch. This is probably gonna be the only one that I'm actively thinking about performing. On the stream, I might show off another, later, like, post-game. But, if you know Kirby's Adventure, you know what glitch I'm about to do. Yeah! Get rid of that Warp Star by what I think is an entity overload or something. Like, there's too many entities. And so the Warp Star doesn't load, you can go past this. And you get the very first Howl Room. Which we're gonna vandalize. Like, hard vandalize. I'm so sorry. I love you, Hal! I watched Contact recently, which I'm saying that because HAL 9000, even though HAL 9000 is not in that movie, that'd be 2001: A Space Odyssey, but this is sci-fi. Shut up. I want to talk about what I want. This is my stream. My stream. Also, I don't know why, but for some reason the music here was changed in Nightmare in Dreamland to be Ice Cream Island instead of the song that is right now, which I think is more or less called it's like the blimp music. Just gonna carry it into this room, and then I'm gonna knock these suckers out. Also, I'm gonna talk about how the word crash in Japanese video games bugs me. Because for some reason, at least in the Kirby instance, and in Mega Man, it has to do with explosives. But that's not really what I think of when I think of the word crash normally. And this game, I feel like kind of embodies what I normally think of with crash. Kirby is literally crashing into enemies. So it's just like, I don't know, like, in this context it makes sense, besides the fact that he's getting it from Poppy Brothers Sr. It's like, why the heck am I getting a giant ramming attack from somebody who threw his bombs? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway. Alright, so let's do Crane Fever. So, being me, I'm gonna go get the big boy. I forgot that the difficulty on this increases when you're playing extra mode. That was way faster than I was expecting. Let's try that again and fail epically. 1, 2, 3, go! Release! That might be an in. That seems like a very precise catch. Is it an in? Come on, don't. You freaking Kringans are rigged. And, yeah. Yeah, sorry, the link didn't get embedded. Didn't get an embed. I don't know why. Sorry that you missed as much as you did. I guess that explains why you didn't respond earlier. Anyway. I guess if these are going to be as difficult as they are, I could probably just do them anyway for the fun of it. Aw, man. Also, I guess something worth noting that people have probably, maybe realized, at the very least subconsciously, a lot of the, enemies in here are... I did not mean to do that. That's what I get from my thumb going up to the stick when I'm doing the D-pad. Anyway, a lot of the enemies in this game are color-coded. Like, the Waddle Dees here are the standard orange, same thing with the Bronto birds here. But then you got, like, the Sparky and the Flamers and Hothead here are all this sort of crimson color? Glunks, once again, are this orange tone. A lot of these ability-less enemies have this orange color. And then the ability enemies, which for some reason includes Shatsos. Freaking control stick. Maybe I do want a remap. I might want a remap. Just a thought. I was considering doing the Wii U Virtual Console version of this game, but I decided not to because this game has rewinds. Anyway. So, yeah, I assume because of limitations, ability enemies and some other abilities, like Shatsos for some reason, have shared color palettes which change depending on the room and stage you're in. Let's go to our first museum. We will get the sword for free. And also, I guess something worth noting, you can't be damaged by these enemies in here. You are perfectly safe. So, Kirby's Adventure, thumbs up for not having bad game design. I'll remap. I've never done this though. Is it? Okay, so it's not under controllers. I have never done this before, so... Or at least I've never actually done it. Change button mapping. Can I just do something normal? Like... There. That should... Actually, sorry, let me change that. Sorry. Can I... Is there a reset? I mean, like, it's not a big deal. Let's change X, because X has become the main drop button, or X or Y have kind of become the drop buttons for Kirby as of recent. Oh, that's actually kind of neat. That shows it right there. Did I say reverse museum? Okay, this should be good. Oh, that feels so much better. Alright. And we'll go to stage 4. We'll let this Poppy brother ignore me because he's a weirdo. Come on. Ha! He's not good. Wait, he is? Okay, I've never actually done this. I just kind of did that on a whim because I know you can spawn him if you just like peek up there. I didn't realize he'd actually do anything though. Anyway, freeze is awesome. It's honestly, in my opinion, it's one of my favorite abilities in this game. And it was given to Ice. I don't know if that's for the better or not. I mean, I don't want 2 Ice abilities, so I'm okay with that. It's logical. But now you can't do it in midair with Ice. Among other things. You know when this game is iffy, they definitely made it a lot better in Nightmare in Dreamland. I can say that much. I will give credit where credit is due to Nightmare in Dreamland, the game that I minorly despise. Also, we just, you know, this is normal. This is normal, right? Just run through a cannon. That's normal. Yeah. And not that great. Yeah, there is a left-right stick press option on there because those are technically buttons. On PlayStation, those would be L3 and R3, which would probably confuse the crap out of people. I don't know the technical explanation for the stuff on the left. I just know that it's related to games that can horizontally and vertically scroll simultaneously. That's about all I know. Also, what was I gonna say before I saw that? What was I going? Shoot, I don't know. Maybe I'll come back to me, maybe it won't. Anyway, you got Needle. Wispy is a joke. I mean, not that he's ever not a joke. He is sometimes. Come on, give me some credit. But like here, no, it's just sad. And Ice Cream Island. Alright. Got everyone's favorite explosive coconuts. And also, not here just yet. Also, my favorite drink, Pep Brew! Or Peppy Tonic, or Health Drink, or Health Tonic, or Energy Drink. There's probably a few other names that I'm missing there, but it's all the same thing. I don't like that lag. that lag kind of sucks. Got Koner. Got Scarfies. They don't blow up anymore, and I'm probably okay with that. I'm surprised that hit me, but I guess I shouldn't. Give me a sec, I'll respond to you. I saw your... Yep. Okay. Alright, fine, I guess I'll just die, even though I was attacking. You know? I don't think he's even difficult in the Smash... Come on, I turned around. In the Smash Combat Chamber. Like, sure, you've got a timer, but you're just swinging your hammer a bunch. That's all you're really doing. You're just going to avoid the inhale attack. That's literally it. Other than that, he's easy. Drop that. Tornado time. Level design. Boiling. Just barely got a 2. Oh yeah, 3D Classics. I think even the Wii Virtual Console, and I think Wii U as well, also don't have the thing on the left. I think they technically just cut it off is how that works. But yeah, 3D Classics and those Virtual Console ones don't have the issues that the normal one and this one has on the left. They don't have that visual bug, or whatever you want to call it. Egg Catcher, let's see how this goes on difficulty 3. Because every subgame has 3 difficulties, and I guess on extra mode, it's always 3. Ah, dang it. I was actually feeling pretty good there. Not expecting 1-ups anytime soon. There's our favorite enemy, Bounder, who has been removed since... Technically, well, he was removed in Nightmare and Dreamland and Superstar Ultra, but he does appear in the background of Megaton Punch because it's ripped from Superstar. So, actually, he's also in the DD audience, if I'm not mistaken. So we just get a little cameo there, too. But otherwise, yeah, he's kind of absent. And I don't know why they got rid of him. I mean, sure, GIF exists, but, like, what's the point? I am so thankful I did not fall directly on top of him, because that would have been embarrassing. Also, for some reason, in Nightmare and Dreamland, they make this segment that I'm rushing through a separate room, instead of just having that breakable wall there. I don't know why they did that. Like, was something wrong with this? I don't think there's anything wrong with that, what they just did there. Seems perfectly fine to me. Why did they change it? Not a 1. Alright, that would be weird if Susie just appeared and started throwing eggs at you. That's a weird... Alright, so let's do the fast crane again. Why is it telling me this? I thought they would skip this. Alright, knowing me, get the big boy! Oh, that's way early. We're on level 3 for all sub-games as a clarification again. Don't expect me to get any of these. I'm always gonna go for the big one. This is the only sub-game where you can get a 4-up. That's not gonna get it. Like, I'm gonna grab him, maybe? No, that's not gonna be even a grab. Dang. Alright. That's fine. That's fine. I'll live with it. Cranes cheat anyway. Okay, alright, that's what I was gonna say. Parasol... Oh, the Parasol and Parasol Waddle Dee are one of the, I think, the only ability enemy in the game to only have one palette. Oh, I'm supposed to have sword for that, excuse me. the only ability enemy in the game to have one pallet. Anyway, let's go get our UFO back. Do not make me accidentally kill you. You know assisted suicide is illegal. Just like normal suicide is illegal. But like now, I have a problem. Oh. Oh yeah. This was changed in Nightmare on Dreamland. Since they made it an energy projectile, it's not stars, and so they don't sink. They also go through walls if you do it at full charge. I saw that. Please press the button. I feel like the game is occasionally not taking my inputs, and that's kind of annoying. Considering that that never happens ever anywhere else. Anyway, I'm just gonna have this UFO for as long as I can. Hopefully to the end of the stage. Boost Swiss. Normal star is enough for these guys until they block you like that. Also, the Mace Knights are the worst, both in this game and in like Kirby Superstar Ultra when Galactonite spawns them. Absolute worst. They also have more health than the other Meta Knights in Kirby Superstar and Ultra. They have 80. Most of the others have 70, and Javelin Knight has 60 for some reason. Don't ask. And that's a 1. Oh. Well, I mean, there's such thing as, like when you're terminally ill. Like, if you're terminally ill, you can, like, disconnect someone or whatever. Like, that suicide is there, I guess. Anyway, we're not gonna talk about suicide too much. Like, that's there, I guess. But, like, I'm talking about, like, in general. Because suicide is illegal, and thus assisted suicide is generally illegal. Some exceptions aside, such as what I just mentioned. Pulling somebody from off the plug, whatever that's called. Pretty sure that's what it's called. I was hoping he would not do that, but he did, because he is an awful human being. Bronto Bird likes to scream at you in Kirby's Avalanche. He's kind of a jerk. I don't like him. I don't like him one bit. Alright, how do we feel about... Yeah, UFO is kind of like a P-Wing. Yeah? I guess you can call it that. I mean, it is, like, almost indisputably the best ability... No, I think even just indisputably, it's the best ability in the game. I can't say the same for other games, though. I'm just gonna yell. We're gonna yell some more. I don't think we're gonna yell here. We are not going to yell here, because this guy is special. I also kind of miss when abilities did, like, a demo whenever you got them, and then they would actually count as an attack. Guess I'll just get it again. Now to show up the demo. It's always kind of neat. I mean, I don't say that I too terribly miss it, but it is kind of like a fun little quirk of the old games that no longer exists. Kirby, get off the ladder. Please. Although I guess I can say laser balls are probably one of the most annoying enemies in this game. Their lasers can go through walls. They'll have pretty good precision. Or can they go through walls in this game? I think they can. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. They're at the very least very precise, and I hate them. Yeah, yeah. The fact that suicide is illegal is like, you can't commit that crime, but I did. It's like, how are you gonna punish somebody for committing the crime of suicide? can't, because they're already dead. It's just a discouragement from doing it in the first place. I've been missing out on some chat on Discord. I have NES Remix Pack, by the way. I just haven't played it yet because I'm an awful human being. And in case you don't know, NES Remix Pack is 1 and 2 combined into a single game. I got it because I watched somebody play both of them and I was interested. And also, it has Kirby content, and so being able to, like, research that because I have the game would be kind of, you know, useful. Just a bit. Just a wee bit. Anyway, freeze. Great ability. Except the game didn't take my jump input. I'm really starting to wonder why it does that. I don't remember this being an issue before. Oh well. There is something interesting about some of these enemies here, though. The Parasol Shatsos. I don't know if I'll be able to show it at any point, but they can actually be grabbed and defeated with throw or backdrop. I was not expecting high jump from that. What the heck? That's not normal. Give me that. Why did that give high jump? I don't remember that giving high jump. Maybe it does, and I'm just delusional. Anyway, just kind of rushing through here. I guess I should point out, so the copy roulette is completely consistent in the older games, I'm pretty sure. But starting with, like, Return of Dreamland, unfortunately, and technically some spin-off games, it's now random. Return of Dreamland made it so that you need to inhale 3 enemies to activate the roulette, though, whereas, almost every other game, including Triple Deluxe Onward, required only 2. So at least in Return of Dreamland, they made it harder for the roulette to show up in the first place. And if you know me, I'm not a fan of random in my video games. So the less random, the better. Ah! This MFR. I hate these guys so much. It's so rude. Because if you attack them normally, you end up destroying the tomato instead of them. Yeah, I got a 1. Wait, what? You haven't played 2, you played 1 and Remix? I don't know what you're talking about with that. There's NES Remix, there's NES Remix 2, there's NES Remix Pack, and then there's Ultimate NES Remix, which is for 3DS. Granted, Remix is like a mode in the NES Remix games that combine aspects of multiple NES games, hence the Remix part. But yeah. Did I oh, I unlocked this. Right. Ah, okay, so you never played 2. How dare you not play 2? It has Kirby in it. Alright, I could do it, but I'm not going to do the infinite mic glitch. If anybody cares about that, not gonna do it. I could. Ooh, I'm gonna show off Ball and how good/terrible it is. I miss because I'm good at this game. I'm shocked to say that you do not need to press the jump button with each bounce. You can actually just hold the jump button and you'll just continuously bounce like this. Ooh, I'm gonna take that because this is honestly like the best one. And of course he makes another baseball just to spite me. And another mic. Jesus, dude, what is wrong with you? Anyway, yes, you can destroy a Shatso in this game. There might be a few other games where you can do that, but this is one that I know. And yeah, Mini is an ability that was considered for Adventure, but was cut. They even have sprites for it. You can slide, though, unlike an Amazing Mirror, so Amazing Mirror is just a bad game or something like that. Might be able to do a few other things, but I'm pretty sure it's just walking and sliding. Let's drop this and get a stone. Yeah, if you go to the mini page on the Kirby Wiki, we actually have the sprites for it on the trivia section. Mini. I'm gonna need you to back up. I got personal space issues. Alright, let's hear my amazing voice. Also, in German, this ability is called karaoke. It's kind of amusing. I'm just gonna do this. This is a really weird thing that never happens anywhere else. It's just this bomb block hidden behind a star block. It's completely pointless, which I understand that's probably the reason why it never comes back. It's just like weird that it exists. Anyway. Okay. That actually kind of hurt my throat, so I'm not gonna do it anymore. Unless I absolutely need to. Just barely missed it. Well, considering Paint Roller only appears in like 3 games, what about the remake? Yeah, one of those two games where you can directly damage Paint Roller. Also, you know what bothers me about Grand Wheelie in Triple Deluxe? I'm bothered how the default version isn't red. Or like, make it green maybe, even. Because like that was an all, like, the fact that it's orange, it's just like not even a reference to anything. And that just kind of bothers me. Like, mini bosses have had normal and old palettes before, and I mean that's kind of what they're doing with the normal and DX forms. But it's just like, couldn't you have made it like an actual reference instead of just making normal Grand Wheelie orange for no reason, and then making the deluxe version red? I mean, it looks cool, but like, I don't get why they did that. Also, why did Nightmare and Dreamland rob you of this experience? I hate that. Also, look at that nice blue right there. Why did Nightmare and Dreamland get rid of that? I'm so sad. That is like one of my least favorite changes Nightmare and Dreamland did. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Bad game. Worst Kirby game ever. Not buying it. Can you stop rolling up there? I will does he just... Okay. That answers my question. I was like, does he just go on forever? I don't remember that. Hey, buddy. Personal space! There we go. All better. Then we grab sword again. Then we go in here, and then we fight another Grand Wheelie, this time of the easier variety. Ow! Easier variety actually takes damage. Also, this room kind of sucks for this fight because the slopes at the sides, it's kind of surprising how difficult it makes this fight occasionally. You can just bounce up here, and then you can drive up here. Excuse me, game? What was that? I ran into a slope, not a wall. You don't rebound off that. Bullcrap. Oh, I mean, sure, you can try new palettes for its own sake, but I mean, like, Kirby Triple Deluxe is super referential. It's just like, well, let's make Grand Wheelie orange as his default. That's like making like Mr. Frosty be green for his default. No, it's blue. Shut up. I also don't like how, well, actually that's a bit different. It's like if you make Bugsy green for his default. Which, I mean, it technically isn't Superstar, but that's because his default costume belongs to a helper. So it's fine. But, like, you don't just do that to your beloved characters. I see, you are not a gamer. Everything has to be referential. Everything has to be accurate. Grand Wheelie is red. Superstar Ultra said so. This game needs to be remade another time, and they need to replace Backdrop with Suplex already. I'm getting tired of that whole... Kirby, hold on the ladder. I'm getting tired of Backdrop existing. I want it to be retconned already. Give Throw a new headband, too, while we're at it. Let's just use the sick rock drop. Ow! No, 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 no. Alright, fine. 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 Fine! I'll just be up here. Also, in case you didn't know, in this game at Nightmare in Dreamland, you can cancel your high jump by pressing the button a second time. It's very useful sometimes. And I don't mean that sarcastically or something weird like that. Yep, this is the one-up room. Be careful. Spikes. I'm glad I did not overcorrect. Get over here, Kaboo! To a statue. To a Moai head. And I do not want Gum Gum. I am the Gum Gum. That's a very weird thing to say out of context. Except I'm like minty Gum Gum now. I'm mint gum. I believe it. Yeah, I'm sad Butter Building got freaking nerfed in Nightmare in Dreamland. Also, why did they make it purple? Why did they make Butter Building purple in High Jump? In High Jump. In Nightmare in Dreamland. Is yellow. Like butter. Hey, I got an idea. Let's make it frickin' purple. Ah! Well, it looks kind of green tinted in here. That's kind of weird. Maybe I'm just delusional. Alright. Can I beat this with just high? That is a very good start. Place your bets. Can I beat this with just high jump? Probably not. Honestly, you know, doing this kind of battle with high jump is obnoxious. Yep, I'm probably gonna die, but you're free to... That's very rude of you. I'm gonna do it again. No. Or, there we go. This guy. Does this one have a Javelin Knight in it? I don't remember. Okay. Let's do a cancel. I don't think it's gonna get close enough to the edge. Never mind, I stand corrected. Is he going to attack, though? I hate you. I hate you so much. I hate you. Why would you do that to me? Well, that's the second time that happened. Rude. Can I do the sick jump? Can I do the sick jump? Can I do the sick hook jump? Yes? No? Come on, let me do it. Thank you. Sick hook jump. Sick whatever jump. Sick COVID jump. Because coronavirus makes you sick. Alright! Whatever that was! That's some Marth grab range jank there. No, it's whatever it wants to be. I don't know. Uncalled for. Also uncalled for. Beloved. Come on. And also you can do that to avoid the head bounce. The only purple food that I can think of besides grapes. Give me like some potatoes. Like some russet potatoes. Is that russet? I don't know. There are purple potatoes out there. They exist. But this ain't potato building. Or potato patio, or potato whatever we want to call it. Alright. Time to quick draw and die. And I guess this is actually the perfect time to talk about this. Oh, that was terrible. In the Korean version of Kirby Superstar Ultra... What the heck? Are these guys not level 3? Is this not level 3? Was this not level 3? I thought this was supposed to be the difficulty 3 version. That felt like the first version. Anyway, in the Korean version of Kirby Superstar Ultra, Samurai Kirby has actually been censored to get rid of all the special clothing items that the characters have. I assume it has something to do with Korea not liking Japan. But that seems a little weird that that would be a thing still. Like, let's get rid of the top knots, let's get rid of the straw hats, get rid of the special outfits with kanji on them, all that stuff. It just straight censored that. It's just like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That thing. Alright, if they had laws against it, I guess that would make sense, but like, how long did that go on? The game got released there in 2008, 2009 maybe? Also, wasn't the first Kirby game to be released in Korea. That was Sweet Squad. So like, if they're gonna have like, if Korea is still gonna have beef with Japan, maybe we shouldn't be localizing these games there. Beets, to me, look red, but, I mean, maybe if you, like, cut them, it's more purple? I don't know, I don't eat beets much, or at all, I actually have no idea. I don't have any recollection of eating beets outside of Minecraft. Although I've apparently had pickled radishes before, because somebody brought them in, and they're actually pretty tasty. But it's probably not what most people would be into. Maybe they were being careful. I don't know. Also, the card swipe type game also got censored. They replaced all the top knots with Kirby spider headbands. Which is interesting, because it's the first occurrence of Red Kirby not having a white fighter headband. They actually kept it red, because the fighter headbands are based on their feet colors, which means that green Kirby's is actually orange, and yellow's is a kind of a scarlet color instead of just a straight red. I'm sure beets are probably tasty roasted. That sounds tasty. Speaking of tasty, it's that character from Paper Mario, the chef. Obviously, hopefully, that's obvious for those that have played the game. I wish Nintendo World Land, whatever it is that's in Japan is coming to Universal Studios, didn't make up a Toad chef when they have one right there. There's also Zesty, but I mean, like, she's in Rogueport. She's not going to Nintendo Land World Place. Just gonna brute force this. Because burning is the best. Except it's called Fireball in this game. Which is very odd because in Japan, it was still called burning. In plain English, I don't know why they changed it to Fireball. I do not get it. And if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go bash my head some more. It's just like, I love burning for this very reason. It's the head bashing. What is this? I don't remember what this is. Oh my goodness. Okay, so yeah, I mentioned something about the roulette. Alright, sorry, Cool Spook. I'm not taking your ability. Cool Spook is based on the territorial Bozu. It's a Japanese thing that people hang up so that it doesn't rain. It's cool. Just saying. Anyway, what I was going to say was so the ability roulette is completely consistent. And the order and your end result depend if you let it stop on its own instead of interrupting it. But what's something else is that the end result is dependent on the first enemy you inhale, which might have been changed in Nightmare on Dreamland to the second enemy you inhaled for some reason. But that's all that matters. Any other enemies that get inhaled do not affect what the outcome is. All that matters is that the first enemy. The other enemies just allow it to activate. Anyway, let's go eat some more eggs. And I think that's actually one of the few situations where you can reliably get UFO from the roulette. Alright, not bad. Didn't get a 1-up from it, but 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's not correct at all. A lot of chicks just died in Kirby's Maw. Because only 10 popped out, and I apparently ate 23 eggs. So either there were a lot of casualties there, or only 10 of those eggs were fertilized. Awkward. Alright. And I wish this boss came back more. This reminds me of how I want Kirby's Dream Land 2 to get a remake. Especially since Robobot. Here's another instance of lag, by the way. Ow! Oh, it didn't hit me. So yeah, I want Kirby's Dream Land 2 to get a remake ever since, like, Robobot. Because not only is Dark Matter there, but specifically Ice Dragon is there, too. And it's just like... Man, it's like, you could totally do it. You could totally just remake that game. Wouldn't be that hard. Give me a remake of Dreamland 2. Needs it. He needs it more than this game. Like, I still love this game. Dreamland 2, though, is always iffy with me. I don't hate it, but I probably would consider it one of my least favorite Kirby games. With the major good high points about the game being bonus mode and the game's boss rush. Because it's just super brief. Like, the boss rush can be done very quickly, kind of like this game's, but it's not, like, absurdly difficult like this game has it. So it's just something that you can just, like, do real quick, and it's just a lot of fun. Whereas, like, all the other, like, modern boss rushes in Kirby take, like in the double digits of minutes, usually? Or, like, there's a lot of waiting, or something, I don't know. Like, it doesn't have the same feeling of speed as the Dreamland 2 version of Boss Rush. Where it's just, you defeat a boss, go to the next one. And that's just how it goes. So there's no wait room, there's no healing in between battles. You can still get copy boys from bosses. But, yeah, it's just a very simple but very fun and engaging boss rush, in my opinion. That I feel like the other ones are just kind of lacking. I'm okay with the one-shot per power. Although I do hate them as enemies, but I mean, like, I would guess I'd be okay with them still existing. Oh, I guess I should say, the per power specifically one-hit kills your animal friend. It does not kill Kirby. Yeah. You already mentioned that. You just mentioned that right now. Can I grab? This is a grab, but it's not going to get him all the way, is it? I mean, I guess it got him long further than I was expecting. A good way to deal with those propellers, though, is to use the ice ability. If you got ice, you can just freeze them and they're just gone. Oh god, no. Yep, not getting that one. Oh man, level 3 Crane Fever is just hard. I could try to get the small one. Maybe I'll do that next time, but I don't want to be a freaking coward. Get the big one! Is what my mind is telling me, because I'm an epic gamer. But if that's not gonna work, then maybe I'll just go for the small one. Not that I need it, so maybe I don't care enough. Anyway. Also, this is one of those games where you can actually destroy stuff underneath you with the slide. I kind of got rid of that at some point. Which, I mean, in some games it's for the better. Most games really doesn't matter. But it's kind of like just, you know, a little aspect of the slide. It's kind of neat that the older games, older type games, have. Basically just Kirby's Adventure and the flagship trilogy, as I call them. Nightmare in Dreamland is not a flagship game, but the two flagship games are very similar to it, so I kind of call it that, even though it's not technically true. Some people also call it the Advance trilogy, even though Kirby Speaks was on the DS, not the Game Boy Advance. Whatever you want to call it. But you get the idea. It's pretty like kind of like a reset at that age. Possibly for the worse. Because like Kirby was kind of evolving, and then it just devolved once Nightmare in Dreamland came. Like, first you had like the animal friends, which were used to enhance your copy abilities. Then there was Superstar, which made copy abilities have a bunch of different moves. Then Dreamland 3 and 64 backpedaled on that, because Dreamland 3 was a sequel to Dreamland 2, so please stop criticizing it for not following in Superstar's footsteps. You imbecile. And then Kirby 64 followed in Dreamland 3's, but, you know, instead of animal friends, you just mix abilities with each other. People really love that mechanic, even though in reality, most of those combinations are actually kind of bad. Okay, let's do some more quick draw. So this is level 3 quick draw. If I can get through the first 3 opponents, then that's just weird. Because that's how I do normally in level 1 quick draw. I can only beat the... What was that?! Also, why did they allow me to live? Are the reaction chimes not different? Is it just the variance in when the game says fire? Possibly! Those reaction times seem to be the same. And yeah, I'm not good at the or I guess relatively speaking, I'm not good at the reaction time games. 12 is very hard for me. And that's what like Meta Knight does, or Meta Knight maybe even has 11 in Superstar Ultra, and Superstar for that matter. It's just like, I can't do that. I have beaten him once. Well, no, I've beaten him a few times. I'm not gonna say that, but I once got a 6. on Samurai Kirby, and that was just because I was super lucky. Like, do not expect me to get a 6 normally. I am usually like a 12, except in this game apparently. But I mean, that's probably just because I'm like a little rusty or something like that. Like, I'm not really good at those kind of reaction games. I'll still play them if a friend wants. Because, you know, why? But like, I can't say I'm great. I guess I just, like, you just never know where you are on those games until you try. Is this the first door? I think this is the first door. Do I risk it? I'm not gonna risk it. It's the first door. I'm gonna risk it. And if I make a mistake, I can just rewind. Yeah, okay. Totally worth it. Totally. Also, here's that blimp music again. Just gonna acknowledge it. Since I mentioned that it's called like the blimp theme or something. And it appeared in stage 2 of this game before it was changed in Nightmare and Dreamland for no reason. Like, I don't get why they would change that. Sure to... Alright, I'm actually gonna go back in here. I'm gonna read. You can't beat Meta Knight in Superstar? That'd be like an ultra, or sorry, not an ultra thing. An adventure one where you can't consistently beat Meta Knight. Granted, you can always like do the float strategy with... Oh shoot, I forgot to show up an Easter egg. I was just reminded of it. Darn it. I'll show it off later. If I remember. Well, that's just gone. Also, another mechanic that I don't like about this game that I'm glad they got rid of. The ability to breathe on your ability star and having it get destroyed. I hate that. Like, I just breathe on it and it just gets destroyed. Like, is it really that fragile? Oh, Meta Knight and Samurai Kirby. Yeah, yeah. I cannot beat Meta Knight and Samurai Kirby consistently. Yeah. We were just talking about boss and I was like, what are you going on about? Superstar Meta Knight's difficult? Well, you don't have to beat Meta Knight in this game's quick draw because he doesn't show up. There's a museum. Oh yeah, welcome to the most, useless museum in the entire game. I don't know why they did this. Like, why is this a thing? If this healed you, I might accept it, but like, no. I don't get why this exists. Alright, let's fight Bugsy! That's 2 moves, the third one's gonna be the ladybugs. And he only spawned 1 because he was half off screen. 1, 2... Guess I'll have to jump this time. Run away like a coward! Aw, dude, come on, you were even decelerating. That's 2. And that's, dead. Need my backdrop. Sure, it's useless but cute, but that's the problem. It's useless. Do you eat that licorice? Does anybody hate licorice? Because I hear like that's like like a common thing, but I don't hate licorice. I never understood the idea of people like hating licorice. But then again, I also like candy corn and I like broccoli. Like a freaking weirdo or something, I guess. Brussels sprouts aren't that bad. Oh yeah. Squeak Squad made it so that you can grab Scarfies with throw. I don't know why, but I'm not complaining. This pop, oh, God, this, I don't know why. Oh, well, black licorice specifically. I guess I never had black licorice. So I am, like, this, I don't think I've ever successfully done this. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Never mind, I know what I'm doing wrong. Wow. I'm so cool and amazing and awesome. I have never been able to do that before, and it's probably because I never canceled early enough and jumped. This is everyone's favorite non-existent mid-boss, the Rolling Turtle, who got replaced by Fan, and also proceeded to get wrecked. I mean, I'm pretty sure too much of a lot of things can induce organ failure. But I guess if licorice is noteworthy for it, congratulations, question mark. Raised eyebrow. Sook. I do like the spot in Forgotten Land where you sleep by the pool and actually get something for it. Although maybe this isn't a bad thing, but the naughty will respawn if you kill it, which kind of like hints you. This is not what I meant to do. Whoops! Which kind of hints you that you're supposed to do that. Give me the thing. No, don't. I am not complaining. I'm complaining now. I did not mean to enter that. I meant to enter the museum. Just over here, like an idiot. Anyway, ball. Slightly underrated. It's still a bad copy ability if you ask me. At least not a very good one. But I would say that it's at the very least slightly underrated. It's better in Nightmare in Dreamland, though. I can give credit to that. Yeah, throw and backdrop are in this game. And this is why they never show up again, because they both have the same headband. If you replace backdrop with suplex. This is why backdrop and fighter aren't in the same game, because they also have the same headband. Because fighter wasn't in. This is why we have fighter in Amazing Mirror and Squeak's Blood. Right, I was talking about a thing. About like the Kirby series evolving and devolving. So we got to 64, but then like Nightmare in Dreamland just pulled like a full reset of Kirby only having one move for copy ability and having normal copy abilities. And then Flagship was just like, no, we gotta re-invoke Superstar. And so they started to give like some abilities more moves, mostly like Sword and Fighter. Bomb, which was in Superstar in the first place anyway. I mean, same thing with Fighter, but, you know, give abilities more moves. But a lot of abilities still only had, like, one real move, and they expanded on it a bit more in Squeak's Blood. Then Kirby Superstar Ultra did the other reset, where now, instead of all abilities going back to, like, Kirby's Adventure kind of style, now it goes back to Superstar style, and it has been that way since. Come on. Come on. I ate a man. I ate... Yep, that was just fated to happen. I was not paying attention! I was reading the chat! Wait. Why is that health bar not at full? That's weird. The health bar was one little thing short. That's weird. I don't remember that being a thing. Anybody want to verify that? Not verify that happened here, but be somewhere else? Weird. I don't recall ever noticing that before. This Bronto Bird's gonna be a jerk! He still was a jerk. Hate you. And then this one was also a jerk, because apparently we can't have nice things. I mean, he's already... Why are you over there? Why are they behind me now? What is this nonsense? Why were they in front of me earlier? Oh, also this room just got like completely changed in Nightmare and Dreamland for no reason. I don't know why. I get lost there every time I go there in Nightmare and Dreamland because it's just like completely new territory for me. It's just like, what the heck is this room? I don't remember this being in Kirby's Adventure. It's because it wasn't. Yeah, Javelin Knight was really big in Kirby's Adventure. Is there something else that got unlocked? Something else happened? No? Alright. Sounds legit. I'm gonna breathe on this guy. Okay. Ow! Slippy. You know, I was pressing up, game. I don't know why this version of the game is being so unresponsive sometimes. I hate to, like, complain about unresponsiveness. I don't want to, like, act like the kind of guy that's, like, blames the controller for all of its problems. But this seriously feels like it's being unresponsive sometimes. I don't know why. I mean, I know that, like, sure, Kirby's Adventure is laggy, whatever, but, like, I played multiple versions of Kirby's Adventure and have not suffered these problems. I don't get what's up with this one. And they really love using Mr. TikTok, don't they? It's like the third time we fought him. I mean, we fought Grand Wheelie like 3 times as well, but like one of us was in an arena. So like technically doesn't count. Alright. Time to use the best ability in the game ever. I don't really know which version I play most. I mean, it's probably 3D Classics, but ignoring 3D Classics, maybe it was Wii U Virtual Console at this point. I don't know about Wii Virtual Console. I don't know what my position is on that one, because I don't have that data on my Wii U. Maybe I do. I don't know. I pressed minus for some reason. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. Anyway, like, I've played multiple versions of this game, and it's not this unresponsive. Maybe it is 3D Classics bias. Maybe. Because that's the one that I'd be playing the most otherwise. But even when I, like, first played the NES Online version, I don't recall this being a problem. I was playing it handheld, if that makes a difference. Also, by the way, epic puzzle. Hit the right one, because it makes it rise upward. Or it makes it... whatever. You know what I mean. I don't have to explain it. I literally showed you how to solve the puzzle. I don't need to tell you what to do. I just didn't have a chance. Alright, if you say so. I guess it's just something that I have to get used to. Like... But I just don't remember it feeling this way. I guess I just have rose-tinted glasses and or 3D Classics bias. I mean, maybe it's... Well, it's not input lag. Because I can... Like, this is responsive in that the input is going through when I do it. There's no discrepancy. There's no significant time discrepancy between pressing the button and Kirby doing the action. But sometimes it feels like it's just not taking my input sometimes. Maybe it's during the laggier seconds? Anyway, Kracko time. don't really need to use high jumps, short jump for most of this, but there are some times where it's kind of useful. Like, I was gonna say like right here, but then I got pummeled, so maybe I just shouldn't give advice. Or maybe you should contradict my advice whenever it ends up with me being stupid. Also, something interesting about the 3D Classics version of the game. The Krako fight, Krako specifically always spawns on the left side of the arena. At least, I'm pretty sure he does. In this game, it depends on where you're standing. And since I stood on the left side of the arena, I maybe appeared on the right. He's supposed to spawn on the opposite side. But in 3D Classics, I think he always spawns on the left for some reason. Hey, this disobeys game logic. You should have just automatically healed, blah blah blah, etc. I pressed X. He did not drop it when I pressed X. That's weird. It's not like he was even being. Okay, that was my fault. But wow, I did not realize my invincibility was that low. What? Over here. Okay. Maybe if that Waddle Dee was not there, I would have nailed you. You gonna shoot? You gonna rock, paper, scissors? I'm not gonna play rock, paper, scissors with people because it's just like more or less a game of chance, and I don't feel like doing that. So sorry if I'm a bad person. Let me stop. 1, 2. What? Yeah. I'll just stand here. Let's turn around now. An epic gamer. You know what this means? Full time. Man, this room sucks if you're not using stone. Also, this guy's useless. I don't know why he's there. I don't know why they put Cool Spook there. That was probably a very bad idea. Just destroy this, and go down here. Get your prize. And get a useless healing item. Oh, do Scarab? They are... Maybe I should... I'll ask them if I'm allowed to tell you who they are. How about that? I'll ask if I have consent because I'm not gonna... Some people don't really want other people to know unless they tell them. Yeah. I'll tell you. I'll tell you if I can. If I can't, then I will not tell you. You know, that's how the world works. Should I go for the small one or should I go for the big one? Tell me. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, I got one small. And, oh man, I actually haven't listened to this music. Like, in full. But wow, I'm actually surprised how much of Vegetable Valley is here. Wow. That does seem like a... I'll translate that name later, but it does seem like a valid comparison. Alright, I'll just go for the small one, since apparently... Oh wait, no, he said large. Alright, I'll do one of each, then. Alright, sorry, let's do that. Will this actually grab him? Are you kidding? Are you serious, dude? That's not getting him either. But like, seriously, the small one? Are you kidding? Wow, what a jerk. Wow. Like, the fact that even he didn't get picked up. Like, he's supposed to be the easier one. His big Scoopy. No. I guess I've been lied to or something. And that was interesting. Wow, I have never done this before. How? In case anybody's wondering, I'm holding right and down at the same time. Kirby's just dancing to the music, that's all. How have I never seen that? How? Also, this game is lame because, water unstonifies you, and that's bad. This game is bad. I never want to play it again. Help me. This game's bad. I pressed B! I pressed B when rising and he didn't do anything! I mean, okay, that was impressive. Like, what gives? Have a machine gun go off right here? Oh wait, it's just spark. Which used to be fireworks before it just became electricity. Verification, just in case you didn't believe me. Alright, I got two things that I want to show off in my head. Three. Three things that I want to show off that I gotta remember for later. Absolutely murdering Shatso. What was that other thing? Murdering Shatso, the UFO glitch, this 1-up. Sorry, a different 1-up. Or I think it's a 1-up. Ah man, I was going epic gamer moment there. Come on. There we go. I got three things on my mind. And that I've neglected to show you guys, unfortunately. But do want to show you guys. So, well, I mean, I guess I could still theoretically do whatever. In a post-game state, I will go and do these three things. And we got a 1. Cool. What does that mean? That's what is that third character? I always forget what that one is. Reading the katakana on the drink. You probably already have a translation somewhere. I shouldn't take this, but I'm going to, because I'm an idiot. I always do this. I'm also surprised that I didn't bother explaining my how I play Kirby games thing that I've been doing this whole time. You know, about like getting a copy ability and then keeping it for the entire room, then dropping it when I enter a door, then stuff, pick the next one. I haven't even bothered talking about that until now, but like nobody asked why am I a freaking weirdo. How did I dodge that? How? I'm not complaining. I'm just shocked. That is all. Thanks for the best-selling novel. Or, sorry, I should be thanking myself. So if I get 2 wheels, it's high jump. Not that I care. I mean, okay, wheel. Now the game's gonna try to be a jerk to me by making me fall into the spikes, but I said no. Now the game's gonna try to be a jerk to me again, but I saw that coming. Unfortunately, I pressed B and the game didn't care. Again, wow. This feels so much... Why did you fall through? The whole thing about dashing is that you don't fall through. Why? Hello? Hello? Wow. What the heck is wrong with this game? I feel like this might just be like something that was fixed in the Virtual Console version, but I don't know, maybe I'm just making up excuses. Maybe this game is actually not as good as I remember it being. Maybe. Just maybe. Is a possibility. Ooh, this room. Mother. No. No. I'm gonna show you my epic drift skills. You're not gonna take this away from me, game. You are not taking this away from me. Shut up. Jeez. Alright, let's eat some more eggs. Let's see if I can get a 1-up this time. It might be possible without Parasol. I think the hitboxes aren't 100% accurate. Like, I don't think they, like, matched the things. Don't quote me on that, unless I'm correct, in which then totally quote me on that. I have to wonder how many of these eggs you have to eat. Never mind. I should make a record for what you get for each egg. Like, because it'd be nice to know when you actually get a 1-up from that. You know. Also, technically, this game allowed the manual quickfall before Kirby Triple Deluxe. Parasol has just had that weird thing where you can actually just do a quickfall. And that just became a universal mechanic in Triple Deluxe because that game is good, I guess. I don't like it as much as Return to Dreamland, but I have to acknowledge that it made some improvements some places. So, yeah. Did Kirby stop dashing? Why did he stop dashing? Why did he stop dashing? What was that nonsense? I didn't tell you to stop running. Like, I just held the button and he kept running. Why did he stop running that one time? It's bull. That's not how this game works. That's not how it works. You don't just stop running. Wow. I'm glad I didn't, like, practice this game before I started the stream. Especially if I played, like, the 3D Classics one, because then I'd probably almost certainly have some bias. I didn't check the health bar if it had, like, one segment missing. That's my bad. By my bad, I mean it's your bad, because I told you don't do it. You didn't listen to me. Yeah. Okay, so let's see if I can get through here without dying horribly. Place your bets. Granted, this room was, like, designed for ball. I'm shocked that did not hit me. Wow. And by that, I mean I invincibility my way through it. Soup. That was interesting. Like, start... Jesus, that, like, speed. Like, it starts out kind of laggy and then, like, spinny-doo-dah! Dang. Yes. A little rain droplet. I know his name's Sparky, but he's a raindrop. This is perfect. I'll just let the game lag as I fall down slowly. Oh. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tweaking my favorite game in ways to bug the ever-living crap out of me so I will hate the game. Reminds me of that person that cheated in Melee by buffing their Pichu under very specific circumstances. You know what I'm talking about if you watch. So not this one. I'm skipping the arena for now, you'll know why later. Also, I guess if it's worth noting, this is arena without the in front of it. Unlike those other games. So, sorry, I ruined your fun. Yay! Multi-copy ability puzzle, yay! Yeah, you picked a certain costume, and you are also a certain port. And, you know, also using that person's copy of Melee with the data. Very clever. But, yeah, don't do that. You're a bad person. Okay, Kirby. That's fine, I guess. Also, is it just me, or has this kind of situation where Kirby just rides a warp star in the middle of stages, like, declined a lot in the modern games? Like, it happens sometimes, but, like, not nearly as much as, like, Adventure. Kinda miss that. Not that it needs to exist. Oh god, I'm sorry, does this happen in this game? Oh god, please no. Is Wheel useless against... No? What? What happened? Why? Oh yeah. Is it just like, is there a flag or something in their behavior? I have no idea. That's... I mean... The wiki refers to it as the arena for the boss rush ones, and then arena for the not boss rush ones, so yes. Well, I know there's a bunch of like warp star riding at the beginning of stages in Forgotten Land, but like in the middle? Oh well that's basically the replacement for room transitions though. It's kind of a little different sometimes. Because, like, most of the time you can't have doors anymore. Alright, I'm just not gonna drive into Fire Lion then. I feel like there's some version where you can actually just drive into Fire Lion without getting grabbed. I don't know, maybe I'm just being delusional, but I swear there's a version where you can do that with Wheel. I don't know what's up with that. Also, this sucks. Also, am I the only one who thought, like, Fireline was a girl in this game? Because the main wasn't, like, flared out, and, you know, the default costume, the default appearance there was pink? Like, am I the only one who thought that? It's mostly the main, but, like... I mean, I know that there's some irony to me saying it's the main, because female lions don't have mains. But I mean, come on, this is fiction. We can do what we want. Yeah, it's pretty much how it feels like with the Warp Star in these modern games. But I mean... yeah. Freddy Fish? Alright, so let's go to this arena. Oh my goodness, I actually dodged that. I'm amazing. I don't know if the crouching mattered, but I feel like it did. So I'm gonna say it did. And that means I'm cool and awesome and amazing. This is one stage that I don't like. I will say that right now. More so since inhaling 2 wheels gives you high jump and not hammer. But we're not even going to talk about that one. Because basically what the stage is asking you to do is take hammer from externally. I don't even know what this segment is supposed to be because I feel like you're supposed to have wheel for this considering the room before. But like, the problem here is that access to the switch requires hammer. Wheel's not going to help you. No compatibility in this stage is going to help you. And that's what I don't like. There's the arena, which I can, like, accept a bit, but it's still really weird. Also, you can do this puzzle with UFO as well, because the charge shots count as piercing star spin, which can actually destroy those blocks. And since the stars curve downward underwater, it just kind of works that way. Nightmare in Dreamland just makes it so that the charge shot can destroy those blocks regardless, and it goes through walls, so it's just like, yeah. So now that's been done. Anything else I need to be concerned with? Alright, let's do some more quick draw. It must just be like when the fire prompt actually shows up. Jesus, that took a long time. My reaction times are getting even worse like this. But I guess when they're doing it at unexpected intervals, it just makes sense. It's just getting worse and worse with each one. Watch they do a quick fire on me. I called it! God dang it! I wasn't even ready for it! This game's mean! This game is so mean. Why would you do that to me? I knew they were gonna do it! Don't you freaking dare. Alright, something cool, I guess, that I can mention. The projectiles that Heavy Mole spits out, there's actually 2 different versions. There's a yellow one, and there's a red one. The red one gives you sleep. So if you eat that and swallow it, it's a death sentence, basically. The yellow one gives you hammer, though, and so you can destroy him easily. As long as you don't accidentally destroy the terrain that you're standing on. Alright, so, let's do this amazing... Get over here, Blipper! Let me kill you! Thank you. Thank you very much. So, this block that I'm standing on has been a problem. If you destroy it with stone, at least, weird things happen. Does this push you up? Or that... Okay, I didn't know that too. Apparently this pushes you upward. I was not aware of this. Come on. I didn't know this made you float upward. That's... So, is that why the stone? No, that can't be why. Whatever. Alright, let's hope the game is responsive enough to let me survive with this ability. Okay. More interesting trivia about this particular area. So this is how you're supposed to get the 1-up. If I just held on to hammer, I could also get it. And apparently, you can also inhale Glunk's projectiles. So if you have precise enough timing to just normal inhale Glunk when it's shooting a projectile, you can get double star spit. I'm just gonna do this real quick, because this is my least favorite room in the entire game. And, Nightmare and Dreamland fixed it. This is why I hate this room. You are intended to mix these together to get hammer. And I found that out on my own. I completely figured that out. But man, it is so awful to do because the Sparkies have a strong tendency to commit suicide. And you know what I say, suicide is illegal. Orange Ocean really just loves forcing you to use hammer, and it's obnoxious. I'm just gonna roll with the punches instead of getting hammer again. But yeah, so that's how you're supposed to do it. Nightmare in Dreamland traps 2 Sparkies in like a box for you, so you can just inhale both and then wait for the roulette and you'll get hammer. I thought it was a 8. I'm surprised I actually got the 1 on that. So yeah. Yeah, I kinda hate Orange Ocean. Especially for that room in particular. That room sucks so much. I hate it. I'm glad Nightmare in Dreamland fixed it. Nightmare in Dreamland, you did something correct. Also, despite the fact that you say you could see Dreamland 2 doing that, Dreamland 2 doesn't have mix in it. So that would actually be literally impossible. I honestly don't think Wrestler will appear in a main series title. Like, as much as you guys, or some of you guys, may like the ability, and I'm not gonna say I dislike it, because, I mean, it's based on Suplex. One of my favorite abilities in the series. But, I feel like Wrestler was specifically made for Fighters 2 because they couldn't make Suplex into a... They could not have Suplex be usable in a fighting game while still being satisfying. Because, like, every move except one is a grab. So it's just like, if you have an entire character whose move is just grab, like that's gonna... Are you kidding me? That's just kind of obnoxious. And so they basically kind of made it a mix of Suplex and Fighter. You know? I mean, it's not like directly Fighter, they're all wrestling moves. I've actually done the research on each move that a wrestler has. And a lot of them are actually pretty legit. A lot of them are also used by Incineroar and Smash Bros. Make of that what you will. Yeah, I think it just makes sense. But yeah, I don't see it happening. Would I be happy if it showed up? Sure, why not? But otherwise, I think it's pretty unrealistic! Excuse me for 1 second. Actually, why am I doing this? Come on, boys. I know you can get, like... What are you doing? Alright, maybe I shouldn't do this. This is called me being an idiot, but, why is he doing the thing? You don't want to do that when you're short range. Ooh! Oh, he made it over! Come on, get over here! Get over— No! Other guy! Yes. Yes! Yes! Just in case you didn't get stone earlier, because that was kind of a secret. But, that was really useless. Get rid of that. Why do these things look so green? Was it just me, or did that Starman look greenish? Kind of like a chartreuse, or as the casual people call it, lime green, fluorescent yellow. Do you look more greenish? Or is that just me? He didn't look as yellow as I remember him being anyway. Oh, this room sucks. Normally. That was probably early. What's my favorite ability in this game? Besides UFO, besides UFO, I'm not really sure. I mean, like, I definitely have some ones that I like and some ones that I don't like. Burning is just fun to use. I love bashing my head against the wall with it. That's just like my favorite pastime with burning. I'm sorry, I need to... excuse me as I dance for a bit. You're welcome. So I love... Jewel! Thank you. Burning is fun for bashing your head against walls. That's gonna... Yep, that's gonna hurt. Freeze is just kind of good overall. I do really like freeze. I pressed B! See? So freeze is good because it's just a field that surrounds you with damage. Spark is better as far as damage, but everybody hates the laggy aspect of Spark. Beam is kind of decent, but that's also because like most enemies all die in one hit in this game. Not good for bosses though. High jump is neat since it has that cancellation gimmick that only shows up in this game and Nightmare in Dreamland. This secret was always kind of cool. There's nothing here. But there's a bomb block. Let me see if I can actually get that. I'm kind of bad at that, but I know I've gotten it before. And there's this weird, like, wall pattern here. Got all these different patterns here. Can I get it? Is it good enough? Alright, let me actually try to do this. I might kill myself in the process, so feel free to laugh at me if I do. Ha! I did it! I'm amazing. This one's pretty cool as well. This is one of those few, like, fuse in the water puzzles that, like, almost never show up in the Kirby game ever. I know some people apparently don't like the one in Superstar. I'm fine with it. It made enough sense to me. I guess I can understand why people don't like it. It's like one of the few times in the game, though, where they actually require your helper to do something. Speaking of requiring your helper to do something underwater, Wheelie is the only helper that cannot attack underwater, and it's kind of pathetic. Anyway, you get these one-ups by entering through the windows, in case you didn't know. It's a very fun thing to do. You can't exit through the windows, though, just the doors. But that's how you get those one-ups, in case you didn't know. Also, Nightmare in Dreamland changed the layout of this area for some reason. Again, I don't know why. Nightmare in Dreamland just makes a lot of, like, weird changes that are just so kind of insignificant, but just, like, when you notice them, you're just kind of like, but why? Why? Why did they do that? Why bother? I don't get it. That's my issue with a lot of the changes in Nightmare in Dreamland. It's just like, why bother? chat stuff going on. I'll read it when, there's a second. That Kirby should just drown, by the way. Like, he really just should. It's cheating. He's just cheating by being alive, and I don't appreciate it. Push A. Alright. Ball, I don't really like Ball in this game, but I will again emphasize. Did I skip? I must have skipped this by accident. That is kind of underrated. Yeah, I skipped this by accident. Probably. I'll read more when I'm done. Again, it's also just better in Nightmare in Dreamland. Oh, come on. That's rude. Oh, come on. Alright, fine. Alright, trying to do in high jump is just pretty meh. In my opinion, like, it's just not good enough. Because it doesn't have any, like, it's chargeable, sure. But it's like my problem that I have with, like, Mighty Gunvolt Burst with the charge shot. It's like, why have a charge shot? Why charge up to make a shot that does a lot of damage if I can just have my default shot do a lot of damage? It's just like, why bother? And that's what high jump is in Return to Dreamland. It's like I don't really care to use. I mean, I use it, but like as a combat tool, high jump is not great in Return to Dreamland. Did I actually get? Please, please, please. Okay, I got one. Cool. I'm awesome. I'm amazing. It actually seems pretty lined up, but the game's probably going to cheat me out of this. Yep, okay. At least I got one. Anyway, Return to Dreamland high jump doesn't have any interesting traits besides the charge shot, which I already explained why that's a problem. It doesn't have the ability to cancel itself, like in this game in Nightmare in Dreamland. It doesn't have Squeak Squad's multi-hit properties, which is what makes it so powerful. Triple Deluxe Needle is actually decent thanks to its new downward attack. I don't know why they had to get rid of the dash attack though. It's kind of really unnecessary that they got rid of the dash attack. And that's my problem with Triple Deluxe in general. Triple Deluxe is also one of those games where it's just like, they changed something. But I'm just saying to myself, like, why bother? Why did they make new moves in Return to Dreamland and then they're just completely removed in Triple Deluxe? And then sometimes re-implemented in Planet Robot. And also still in the memory of Triple Deluxe and Robot, even when they're not being used. Like Triple Hammer and Revolution Beam. Spinning Fire Breath. It's like, why? Ice Ball, which was rectified in Robot. Same thing with Spark's lightning attacks. This room was changed slightly in Nightmare in Dreamland due to the aspect ratio, I believe. So I guess I can like kind of understand that change, but otherwise it's kind of just a little weird change that just exists. And part of that was like changed in Nightmare in Dreamland. This was made darker in Nightmare in Dreamland, so it made obvious that's a door. Anything that I want changed or added. So if this game were remade again, I would want a modern collectible system. Because like, with the exception of Orange Ocean, most stages don't have a hidden collectible. Orange Ocean is the only level in the game to have all 6 stages have a big switch. I'm sorry, I just rushed through that room. And while I don't think that, like, stages need, like, every stage needs to have a big switch, they need to have, like, an energy sphere sort of, equivalent. Same thing with, like, the stickers slash keychain slash whatever. Need, like, maybe a generic collectible that's just, like, relatively plentiful. Something like that. Just give me something. Granted, there is a thing about, like, how these stages are actually, like, really short by comparison to modern Kirby game standards. So I guess just, like, adding more hidden stuff might be an issue, but you can just, like, replace a lot of this game's 1-ups and healing items with, more interesting secrets. Especially if they're going to get rid of lives, like Forgotten Land did. If you just straight up get rid of lives, then hidden 1-ups are completely pointless. So you may as well just make it something else. Anyway. Although I still think, well, I don't hate keychains, but, also, like everything in Triple Deluxe, Robot apparently handled it better. Because stickers were actually something that you could, like, use? Or keychains are just, like, something that you can look at and shake around, and that is something that is a neat feature, you know, using the gyro to, like, move around your keychains and all that. And also just being able to admire all of these enemy sprites. But, like, they don't have a purpose, whereas the stickers, you can at least have, like, some slight Robobot armor customization. Although that does run to the unfortunate pitfall of it being really difficult to get rare stickers, to get more than one rare sticker to put on both sides of your robot armor. I do have some duplicate rare stickers, and as a result, have equipped both of them, or equipped 2 of a sticker to both sides of my robot armor. But, like, you need to get lucky for that. You need to get really freaking lucky for that kind of stuff to happen. The only way you can get a duplicate rare sticker is through Street Pass. Also, just gonna show off my epicness by not even destroying that bomb block prematurely. I'm just that amazing, or something like that. I'm just gonna, I will say this, if, I will say this again, if Kirby's Adventure gets remade, I would be totally fine if, for the sake of authenticity, they go back to the sort of 1 move per ability kind of style for authenticity. A lot of people would probably dislike that, and so I will understand if they don't do that kind of thing, assuming this game were to get remade in the first place. But I'm just saying, I would be totally okay with it, probably. Just give me a responsive game with fun gameplay and interesting secrets and collectibles. And I'm going to get creamed. Okay, I pressed A, like, way early. Like, I should have gotten a foul, but the game didn't register it. I guess that's just the game being unresponsive again for some reason. I don't get it. I swear, there's something wrong. There's like that one time where I played Nightmare in Dreamland on Meta Nightmare mode, and I swear I was getting some serious input lag. Like, there has to be something wrong. There's no way that the game is normally this bad. Something's up, and I don't know what it is. I intend to find out. And by that, I mean I'm probably never gonna find out. Let me just read a little bit. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be another remake happening. Actually, sorry, let me float up just a bit. There we go. There are a few ways that you can... Oh, right, I didn't even need to get burning for this. There are a few ways that you can do this puzzle. But it is, once again, mostly a sort of... You have to take an ability out of the level, use burning on these blocks, or you can use wheel, which is what was in the museum, and I totally forgot until right now. Anyway, yeah, I don't think they're gonna be remaking these games. It's just purely hypothetical. And also, you know, because I'd want it. Let me just head bash a bit. You can't float up here for some reason. I don't know why. So I'm just gonna... Come on. So, this is the one way that you can actually do this puzzle without bringing in an ability from somewhere else. Can't do it like that, but you can like this. I'm not gonna argue that 3D Classics is that remake, because that doesn't answer any of the questions, that doesn't respond to any of the criticisms well, responds to adventure criticisms, but it doesn't respond to, like, the, like, not modern aspect. How it doesn't match up with modern Kirby games. So no, I'm not gonna call that remake. 3D Classics is just I'm shocked I avoided that. Is just a glorified, somewhat glorified, it's just NES Virtual Console, but now with depth and some other nice changes. I'm not trying to downplay 3D Classics at all. 3D Classics as a whole is fantastic, but I'm not calling it a modern remake of Kirby's Adventure. Okay, so let's check the health bar this time. It went all the way up this time. What's up? Why did it not go all the way up that one time? I swear, this stream is probably cursed. Oh yeah, also, I hate Trident Knight in this game. Let me just say that. It's not Trident Knight isn't nearly as bad in Superstar and Ultra, but in this game, it can be ruthless. Yeah, it was reprogrammed. I know it's not just emulation. I'm well aware of that. Alright, I'm actually gonna show off that thing that I mentioned about wheel. Like, I know I told you it, and you can probably take my word for it. But I feel like, you know, showing it off. I can do it. So let's do this. In fact, they probably actually want you to do this with wheel, because you can just plow through all these enemies like that. And then he kills you. Or that. That's always, you know, a valid way to die. Just falling into a pit like a regular person. Always valid. You know. Oh yeah, like... Alright, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to show this off. There's actually two things I can show off. One being the wheel thing, and then this... Yeah. Okay, so let's float like a regular person now. Is that actually... I can probably do this fine. Yeah, so there you go. Breaks the blocks, fine. I'm gonna try to stay away from this Blade Knight. Come on. Now the other thing! UFOs don't respawn like normal enemies. UFOs will only respawn if you reset the game or get a game over. That is the only time they will respawn. Okay, well here's the thing. You know how in later games they have metal blocks? All of these breakable blocks in this game are replaced with metal blocks in Nightmare in Dreamland. So, hammer, wheel, burning. I want to say there's one more, but I can't think of it. Oh, throw, and maybe backdrop, but probably not. Those can all destroy metal blocks. Then, Wheel had its metal block license removed in Amazing Mirror, and then it just never came back. Metal blocks last appeared in Return to Dreamland, and I'm really sad that they don't show up again. Alright, watch me get either destroyed or be a supreme being. But I'm not going to do the floating method, because that's cheap. Also, there's an NES Remix challenge to do this fight in normal mode, but his sword does double damage to you. So it's basically the equivalent of... Okay, I just dodged that. It's basically the equivalent of doing this fight in extra mode. But, since only his sword does double damage to you, technically any body blows he does will just do normal damage. So it is technically easier. So basically, how I'm trying to fight Meta Knight here is by exploiting how he functions. So Meta Knight has a sort of... the way he operates is that he maintains a certain distance from you. You can see that how, like, sometimes when I move, he moves, and when I don't move, he doesn't move. So he tries to say he has basically, like, attack phase and distance phase. So, like, I know he's in distance phase, now he's in attack. Kind of alternates. Sometimes he kind of just doesn't care. He can guard in this game. He can do... Dude, calm down. He can guard in this game, which is why sometimes he just doesn't take damage. Which he can't do in any other game, again, besides this and Nightmare in Dreamland. Also, that upward swipe that he does is replaced with the up thrust in Nightmare in Dreamland. Just thought I'd point that out since it's kind of a unique move to this game specifically. Or at least a unique visual take on the move. Usually a good strategy to do when Meta Knight charges at you is to jump. Because it will either back away or you'll just avoid the attack. And there we go. I killed him decently well. I mean, obviously I died a few times with his extra mode, and I didn't do the cheap float strategy like I used to do to beat this fight. So, yay me. Aw man. The puzzle for this stage, I both love it and hate it. I love it because I figured it out on my own, but I hate it because it's super unintuitive. Also, this is the only area in the game, I want to say level, but it might even be like stage or room. Well, actually no, sorry, that's wrong. There are a few areas in the game where abilityless enemies have a different palette that isn't the standard orange-red one that they're using right now. That's one of them. That first room where the wildies were kind of like a slight dark yellowish hue instead of the usual this color. Anyway, I somehow figured this out on accident. Again, I don't know how. In Nightmare in Dreamland, the breakable blocks are visually different, which makes this puzzle, you know, a lot more obvious. Especially the ones that are only breakable with the, you know, like... ones that are only breakable with, like, burning in this case. So like, I can appreciate that. It's more intuitive that way. I pressed X there, didn't do it. So yeah, like... Alright, let's float up here. And there's a switch! And how do you get out of here? I can't get out! Just slide. Then you get stone. Then you crush Pengi. And, so if you look at, like, the spots of Shatso near the whites, you'll notice that they're slightly blue. This is because the ability enemy palette in this room is blue. I don't know why that palette applies to Shatso's. It just does. Why Shatso's have an ability enemy palette? I mean, I'm not complaining, I just think it's weird. It's hardly noticeable because they're mostly black. But, you know, it's a thing that exists. Also, I'm gonna be honest, I actually don't like Rainbow Resort that much. Like, the music's good, and some of the stages are cool, but like this one. But a lot of it's kind of, eh. There's one stage in particular in Rainbow Resort. Can you not do that? Dude, what the heck? I'm actually not 100% sure if I agree with the 3D Classics version being better than this game, but apparently it must be, considering how much I've been complaining about the game not being responsive. But again, 3D Classics doesn't have like some of the interesting quirks that this game does. Are you kidding me? Come on. That's... no. No, 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 no! Give me that. Are you kidding? Jeez, I'm getting bodied here. Alright, fine. Fine, I'll play it your way. That's move number 2. Come on! You're bouncing in place. Not toward me. 1. Why? Why? Would you believe me if I told you that I could kill this guy with hammer without taking damage? Because if you do, thank you. Thank you for having faith in me. It's legit. I've done it. A few times. So the fact that I'm just kind of getting casually bodied is kind of frustrating. Not that I'm, like, super good at this segment. No, I would definitely struggle. Come on. No, don't throw him! Epic slide. Come on. There we go, that's what I was going for. That sick contact damage. Is there something like... yeah. Alright, I guess I'll do that. How? What? Wait, what? That jump, what was that? That was incredible, but also what? I've never seen that before. No. Why? Why you gotta fake me out like that? This is rude. I feel violated. I feel violated. Like that shouldn't have happened. But it did because the game was mean to me. I could have done it with backdrop. I'm doing this fight with backdrop is tricky. Anyway, this will just make up for all the times I died. It's a net positive, which is what matters. Yay! Anger is issues. Anyway. Oh, they had a sound effect for that in the 3D Classics version. They add a little when you do that. I don't know. I guess it's neat. It's the same sound effect as when you do a double star spit. In case my sound effect was not up to snuff. Also, I forgot to do this, so let's do this again. Wait. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna try the small one. They're giving me an opportunity that I'm going to whiff horribly. But they are giving me a chance. They are giving me a chance. And I messed it up horribly. Wow, I was not expecting it to go that far. They were giving me a chance! They lied to me. This was just a fever. This was not a crane. Okay. Here's this time where I will willingly use the sleep ability. And now that I'm looking at it, this ability icon it might be the inspiration for Deep Sleep's appearance. Can you like get over here or something weird? Oh, that's really? No, come on, get close enough! Get close enough, you coward! There we go. Just hold the jump button. Okay, this room sucks. This room absolutely, positively sucks. One of my least favorite rooms in the entire game. Which is why it's not hurting me. It's mostly the ceiling impacts. What? Is it worse in 3D Classics? Or am I just better? Because I remember this room being a lot worse. And I know I'm not delusional. There you are! It didn't respawn. What? Wow, this was not horrible. Usually the problem that I have with this room is that those Bronto birds keep on spawning in, and it's just a nightmare to deal with. But I guess that was perfectly fine. What the heck, game? I mean, I know you like proving me wrong, but proving me wrong in like a way that's actually beneficial? What the heck is wrong with you? Ow. Don't! Thank you. I got Cutter one time earlier, I'm pretty sure. But it was like barely at all did I use it, so yeah, I barely used Cutter. Okay. This place is just kind of lame, if you ask me. Alright, here's another one of the situations where the normal enemies are yellow instead of orange. And that's the situation of Laser Ball being a pain in the butt. Yes, I remember the Rainbow Curse doodle of Meta Knight with the tuxedo mask, more or less. Or, what was it actually called in Battle Royale? It's like called the Party Mask or something? Cool stuff. It's weird that the other characters in Battle Royale don't have special costumes like the abilities do. Please. Thank you. I got it like very briefly during like the airship segment. I didn't hold on to it for long. Anyway, this room just kind of sucks. Also, I know it's possible to inhale both of these guys, but I'm very bad at it. Because they're moving around way too much. This is gonna be like our last chance to see Bounder, probably. So say goodbye. Say goodbye to Bounder. He bound way too hard. He bound too high one day and went into heaven. This room's okay, though. I missed! Missed that one, though. And burning's good. Freeze are good. Freeze is good. Spark's alright. Needle sucks. I didn't mean he flew too close to the sun and then drowned. I mean he actually just went to heaven. Not making an Icarus reference. I know it's funny to make Icarus references, but like, no, sometimes I just mean he went straight to heaven. Cutter's actually good in this game. I'd say that. I think it was like the first ability that I beat King Deity with, if not like Laser, which is like super weak. Ah! This stage I kinda don't like. It's got its issues. You get like Crash in the first room, and then you have like this Grand Wheelie. This was changed in 3D Classics. The stars here are actually animated, and it's actually really cool. Like, they actually, like, flow up and down, depending on which way they're supposed to lead you. Also, never mind, Founders are in this room, too. Remember this room ended like someone's speedrun or something. So this room in particular, I despise. I despise this room very, very much. The game gives you 3 different methods to light this fuse. All 3 different methods. Laser, fire, and burning. And it is up to you to burn the fuse and get to that cannon. Well, unless you use Crash, but then you have to go through the past 2 rooms without using Crash. I do this with burning. Someone else I know does it with laser. It didn't press A when I was pressing A. Good. The worst part about this room, is the laser ball. Constantly respawns. And it sucks. Anyway, this will take a few tries if I even decide to, like, do it. Ah, he didn't jump, and I probably was too late anyway. What? Get over here! Let me kill you! Fly around doing nothing? That's rude. Okay, that was, like, wasn't ready. He didn't jump! He didn't jump when I wanted him to jump. Come on! There we go. That's it. Nice. That's hard. That is really difficult, so if you get it, good on you. I'm surprised I did that, considering how unresponsive this game has apparently been. I was expecting that to be, like, much more challenging. Because I hate that normally. So, like, the fact that it's, like... I hate it. Anyway. But yeah, I use fire, somebody uses laser. I think they're wrong, but, yep. Also, can I just say that Nightmare in Dreamland ruined this room again? Like sure, the surrounding, or the foreground and background in Nightmare in Dreamland, those were black and white, but this game went like the full extra mile, if that even really counts as an extra mile, by making the enemies and the UI monochrome. The only thing that isn't monochrome about this is Kirby and some Parasols later on. And Nightmare in Dreamland just kind of ruined that. They also don't even have like a retro style theme. They just use a Green Green song as it would play normally on a Game Boy Advance. It just had a Game Boy Advance version of Green Greens instead of trying to make, you know, a retro Green Green song. It's just like, why would you do that? why would you just, like, ruin the reference? I don't get it. There are some other small things that aren't monochromatic, like the explosion. Some of the other, like, particle effects are still slightly colored. Like in hitting a star block, it turns yellow briefly. But, like, for the most part, it's monochromatic. And I just feel like Nightmare and Dreamland just kind of dropped the ball on this one. It's not the biggest deal, but, like, come on. When you're referencing a Game Boy game, and you don't even bother going full Game Boy, like, why did you do that? When the game that you're remaking does something better than you, that's an issue. Also, the Switch is also, you know, not monochromatic. But that's not a huge deal. Maybe they should have made it monochromatic? I don't know. But it's like, they put all this effort into it. Why can't the remake? Also, how you do it with laser, apparently you just jump, like, right after you shoot the laser and then just hope and pray. Anyway. Let's read the chat that I missed. Yeah, it's weird that this is like the second Kirby game, and it already makes like a retro callback to the first game. Alright, so let's fight DDD with Cutter, I guess. I'm pretty sure this is like how I first beat DDD. Also, I guess a little known fact, or something, you can specifically only have 3 Cutter blades at a time. That's the limit in this game. And in this game, if you can't shoot any more cutters, Kirby will just do nothing when you press the B button. But in Nightmare and Dreamland, Kirby will still perform the animation. That was rude. That cutter should have hit you. Kirby will still perform the animation for throwing one, but won't throw one. So, you know, again, Nightmare and Dreamland just being bad. Yeah, this game's honestly not that long, if you ask me. Like, this is a game that I love just kind of rushing through in my free time when I'm playing the 3D Classics version. I love doing that. So, I don't know if this is like... It's like a thing that I did in this game. Also, you want to know something that kind of bothers me about DDD? I kind of am bothered how, like, this is not just a DDD thing, but, like, when he does the super DDD jump, he faces the screen when he does it. I'm fine with it doing it in, like, this game and something, but, like, that was changed in Nightmare and Dreamland and Squeak Squad and Kirby Superstar Ultra, so he's not facing the screen directly, and I kind of like that better. But then, like, starting in Triple Deluxe, he looks directly at the screen again. And that always just kind of bothered me. And then the same thing happens with, like, the Knight down thrust. Like, it used to just be, like, kind of isometric view, if you want to call it that. But then, like, starting with Return to Dreamland, the down thrusts always face the screen, and I don't get it. I don't get why they all do that. And it just bothers me. Why it's not in, like, 3/4 view. Here we are, the Fountain of Dreams. Don't do it! Don't do it, man! Slap. Oh no, this scene was slightly changed in Nightmare and Dreamland because Kirby doesn't jump on Coral because it doesn't exist in that version because that game's bad. No! That's fine, it's whatever. Alright. Let's see how well I can do against this fight. should be fine, but it's been a while. Gotta love those last moment shooter segments in a Kirby game. Always fun. I hate when people go up and down when he's performing this attack. Like, I get it, they're trying to hit him, but like, the crescent projectiles will block your shots. There's no reason to try. Just stay in the middle and wait for him to cross over. I don't get why people don't just do that. You know? If his projectile blocks your projectile, then don't hit his projectile. I'm probably gonna get hit here. I didn't get hit there. That is a pretty hard attack to avoid, in my opinion. So, yeah, the fact that I didn't get hit by that. Flawless victory. Also, yeah, when I first played this game, I sucked fighting against Nightmare. I also sucked fighting against Dee and Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright. I don't suck at those anymore. But yeah. So here we're fighting Count Dracula with some sick sunglasses. Star Rod technically has two different attacks. Well, not technically, it does. It has the attack that I've been, using to actually damage Nightmare. And then the simple act of jumping, the spinning move, counts as an attack. But don't use it because it's horrendously weak. I don't know why it's even an attack in the first place. Anyway, if I'm not mistaken, Nightmare takes specifically 7 of the normal attacks to defeat. That's 5. For some reason, it's not like linearly depicted on the health bar. Like the first hit only did like 3 damage, but like some of these are doing more. That's the 6th hit. Are you gonna do the helicopter attack now? No, he's not. Alright. He's dead. Yeah, take 7 hits. And that's game. So I'm just gonna remind myself of the 3 things that I need to show off. There's that one up that I forgot to show. There's the glitch. And then there's murdering Shatso. Also, yeah, another reason to remake this game. Parallel Nightmare exists now, so it's just like, yeah, may as well. The scream at the end in Nightmare in Dreamland also sucks. Like, it's not even a scream game. It's just like kind of like a static almost. But like a soft static, not like a harsh static. Also, something else that's interesting in Nightmare in Dreamland. They changed Deity's floating sprite. If you've seen how he floats in Kirby Superstar Ultra, it's the same one. But for some reason, in this cutscene specifically, his floating sprite is more accurate to how it appears in this game and in Superstar. And it's really weird that they like specifically did that. I don't know why they did that, they just did. Yeah, it would be cool if Parallel Nightmare just replaced Nightmare in Extra Mode. You could just make all of the bosses be parallel. Well, I mean, I guess I don't know why you would make them be parallel versions, but you theoretically could for cohesion. 3 of them already exist. Parallel Krakow. No, all 4 of them already exist. Parallel Woods, Parallel Krakow, kind of Parallel Meta Knight and Parallel Deity. It's all there already. You just need to make Parallel Paint Roller, Parallel Shine and Bright, Parallel Female, and that's it. Do whatever the heck you want with that. Also, I need to criticize how, in this credit sequence, Kirby is using certain capabilities that he couldn't use against the bosses before. He couldn't have used, the throw ability against Wispy. That's not valid. This game's bad. It's inaccurate. Why would they do that? This reminds me of when some games have really obscure secrets that the only place that you find them is in the demo videos. It's like Crystal Flash. That you're supposed to figure that out because it's in a demo video. But it doesn't even tell you what the input is, so it's just like, what? Why? So anyway, that's the end. That's a bye-bye, but we're not gonna be bye-byeing yet. Now this is perfect! And now it's Superstar. You know that one game on the Super Nintendo? Oh, I do have a suspend point. Oh wait, is that the glitch? Oh shoot, that's the glitch. Well, I'll show off how to do the glitch first. So I'm just making a suspend point here because there's an oversight in the game where if you play on normal mode after being extra mode, you don't have a sound test unlocked because, surprise, surprise, this game has a sound test that I completely neglected just now. Anyway. Yeah, you didn't jump this time. What gives? There's no way that's it. You did, though. Okay, I just got unlucky. So I guess I should ask, how did you guys feel about the lag? Was it super unbearable? Or was it just okay? I mean, not like you're playing the game, so like the experience is gonna be different. But like, it might matter a little bit. Okay. Okay, so let me see if I can do this just right. No. No, that's too late. That's perfect. So now, I am UFO Kirby! And I can take this to any stage that I want! Only problem, doesn't go through adders and platforms. So, yeah, UFO. This is a fun glitch that you can do. There are actually two methods to this glitch. The method that I used was to press start and select at the same time if you have already beaten the stage. If you press start and select at the same time, you should see the star pop out, but still see Kirby in his UFO form. And so that's how this version of the glitch works. There's a second way to do the glitch, which is not dependent on you having beaten the stage. Oh, whoops. Where you apparently have to... Or maybe you do have... No. Where you are apparently... You have to take damage at the same time as letting it go. That's much more difficult. I'm probably... Oh, wow, I actually did it! Wow, okay, I was not expecting it to actually work that time. But yeah, it's much more difficult to do for reasons that I don't need to explain. Also, you don't drop it. This is clarification. You do not drop it when you take damage either. So this is probably my favorite glitch in the game, and this is why I'm not sure I can say 3D Classics is definitive. But if you want to say without glitches, then yes, this is, yeah, that's the definitive version. So, you can drop this like normal, but inhaling the star doesn't do anything for you. And when you think about it hard enough, that makes sense, because your icon is already on normal. So, while your game state is a UFO, there's another state somewhere that you're normal, and so the star just isn't recognized as anything. Anyway, let's go find that room with the parasol Shatzos. I want to say it's here? If anybody remembers specifically. No. Yes. Oh, wait, there's something else. Right. Not here. No. Secret. This one. This one's got a secret. Okay. Also, I guess I should ask, how do you feel about UFO's new design in Robot? Especially like the UFO-less version of UFO. How do you guys feel about that? I think it's cool, just saying. I just want to know what other people thought, because like, I just kind of like thinking like, you're playing this game, sometimes you ride a warp star, and it's just like, well, I don't have a UFO ability? So, secret! Here. I never knew about this for the longest time. And there's no clear indicator that it's here. Like, there are plenty of gaps in the wall here. And you can also just, like, try going up at this spot, but it's not going to do anything. Here. But here is the secret door. It's more obvious in Nightmare and Dreamland because they actually cover all this crap here and make, like, a small little hole where this door is. So it's kind of there in Nightmare and Dreamland. It's still obscure, but they at least try to hint at it, at least, in Nightmare and Dreamland. So, once again, yeah, that's something that Nightmare and Dreamland I think did better. Because sometimes things being overly obscure is just kind of, eh. So where is it? Is it this one? I had freeze. What am I doing? I had freeze. So is it stage 3? Wait, was I just in stage 3? Is it in the next room? No, it can't be. Where is it? I'm not delusional. There's no reason to be here. Stage 5? Was it not even here? Maybe it was in Butter Building. Oh no, it's this one. Alright. Okay. BRB. Sorry, UFO. You gotta go. Whoa, did something happen there? Oh. I've never seen this scroll normally. That's janky. Was that janky? Was there some jank there? Something looked very off with that scroll. Sorry. I know I'm, like, wasting time. Yeah, that did just happen. The camera adjusted. Like, only half the floor is there, then the full floor is there. That's so janky. Wow. Normally doesn't happen because you don't have UFO, which explains why it's so janky. Okay. Alright. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go get... Oh, this is the wrong one. I can't leave. Sorry. Wasting more time. I mean, this is the last thing that I really care to show you guys. It's just being able to annihilate a Shatso. scat. Freaking rude. Bad game design. Is it 4? What's the mini boss in 4? Is it Bugsy? I'm pretty sure it's Bugsy. I could look this up, but I'm lazy. It's Bugsy, right? I guess 5 is Bonkers, and then 6 is... Yeah, it's gotta be Bugsy. There you are, my boy! No. Bad. Bad boy. Come here. Come here, boy. Come here. Huh? Come on! Also, those, oh, whoops. Those, I'm sorry, I'm blanking. Those ladybugs are actually, like, one of, if not the only enemies in the game to have stars pass through them instead of stopping the stars when they take damage. Just a, you know, interesting little quirk that they have that I'm pretty sure is not seen anywhere else. Also, I don't get what's with the organization of these stars. They just seem very haphazard. Yeah, Ghost is, you know, that's the thing. This one, right? Yes. Watch me annihilate a Shatso. Ha! Wrecked. Destroyed. Annihilated. Wait, aren't there supposed to be more? Did I miss something? Aren't there supposed to be more of these guys, or am I thinking of somewhere else? Also, oh, he does redeem. Okay. Yeet. Anyway, there you go. Parasol Shatsos get destroyed. I mean, all of the recolored mid-bosses in Star Allies are just black and white. It's not like it's specifically based on this game. Okay, so now I'm supposed to, like, defeat Deity to, like... Let's just do that. Oh wait, this... Wait, that's interesting. The thing... I guess it's because I didn't fight Deity. But, the sound test is still here. If you beat Deity, I think this goes away. But I guess if you just press reset, it's perfectly fine. Weird. That's not what I meant to do. Sorry. So let's just do a little normal version of these ones. Let's just do some more relaxing versions of these, and then we'll... Well, actually, Kyle, what is your opinion on Picross? Didn't you struggle with it before when you tried playing it? Because I kind of know how to play it, and I'd be willing to show you how it works. And anyone else who doesn't know how Picross works because it's in Japanese, among other things. Can I get a big boy? Oh, that is a catch. That is a sure catch right there. If you manage to claw grab him like that, it's guaranteed. Alright, we'll do a little easy quick draw. I'm still gonna die to Bonkers, almost certainly. That was terrible reaction time. I'm almost certainly going to die to Bonkers. Because the reaction time are just the same for all of these. I'm getting worse. Maybe if I shut up, I won't get worse. Actually, the reaction time did change a bit. That one's 16. On the challenging one, it's 12. Alright, let's do Egg Catcher. Let's see how well I can do on this. And I'll show you Picross. Okay, so I missed 3 eggs. There we go. Really? 27? I need 27 to even get a 1-up? Good God. No wonder nobody plays this anymore.